I want you guys to participate in an exercise for me. We're going to go to path 4, which is organization. I want you guys all to close your eyes, even you adults, close your eyes for me. Close your eyes. I want you to picture your room. Have a clear picture. What did your room like when you left it today? Was it orderly? Was it messy? Was it chaotic? If you could describe it in one word, what would it be? I have a notice for you. Your room is a reflection of your life. If your room was very, very messy, how do you think the affairs in your life are? Yeah, if it's disorderly, oftentimes you're running around. You're not planning things effectively. All right? Now, if you want to become successful, that is a place to start. All right? What I want you guys to do is that every 15 minutes before you go to bed, take that time. Organize your room. Organize your backpacks. Organize your notebooks. Organize your folders. And I guarantee you that within a matter of days, things are going to start clicking. If you start making to-do lists, you start planning things out, you are going to see a huge impact in your life. You're going to see that you're getting more things done. You're going to see yourself being more effective. Your family members are going to be more happy, because you're doing your chores, your room is clean, okay? And so it's very important to think about that on a basic level. That if you organize your life, you will become much, much more successful. All right, so those are the key paths to success. We'll talk about one last, but those are the key paths to success. Those are the things that you could turn around and do today, and you will become more effective. And over the long run, will lead to success in your careers and in your education. Now I want to talk about things you should avoid, the pitfalls. All right? And the first one is one that will affect you throughout your life, even when you get a job. And that's procrastination. What is procrastination? See a set of hands. Who knows what procrastination is? What is procrastination?
Waiting for the last minute to do something.
Absolutely. Waiting to the last minute to do something. A common example is, I'll start my homework after I watch this television show, or after I play this video game, right? Or after I chat with my friends. I'll have just a 15-minute chat with my friend, and that 15-minute chat turns into 2 hours, right? I'll give you another way to think about procrastination. Procrastination is a lack of prioritization. What are priorities? Priorities are basically knowing what is most important to you. When you say that I will start my homework after I finish watching this television show, you in effect are saying the television show is more important than my homework. All right? So, how do we break this pattern of procrastination? Any ideas? How do we break it? Yes?
Make a to-do list.
Absolutely! Very good answer. Make a to-do list. I'll even keep it a little bit simpler for you. You know how you break procrastination? Start. Just start. The hardest part about doing anything is starting. You're looking at your homework, you're like, oh, there's going to be like 10 pages. Just start. Start. Once you start, then you're going to see, this wasn't so bad. And he's absolutely right. Make a to-do list. Make a plan. Go back to it. And I told myself that when I made my to-do list, I knew that I wanted to watch television, but I knew that doing my homework was more important. So I'm going to start that first. And if I finish my homework, then I can actually move on to something more enjoyable. Perhaps watching TV, talking with your friends. But it's all about priorities. It's always going back to your priorities, and that is the most important thing. The next pitfall that I want to talk about is sometimes a touchy subject. I want to talk about the wrong influences. I want to talk about who influences you. Show of hands. Does anybody know who are they influenced by? Who do they, in effect, look up to?
The peers.
Somebody said the peers. Some of the kids are like, what are peers? Your friends. I see kids like, oh my gosh, he's going to go there. I'm tired of hearing people say bad things about my friends. young people in the audience, I still consider myself young, but I'm not as young as I used to be. We used to call it cool, right? The cool kids, the kids that people wanted to be. That's what we call it. Are they still calling it cool? Is there any new phrases out there?
Getting hotter.
What was that? Popular? Yeah, popular. Yeah, we had that one too. So no, when I was your age, there were these cool kids, and we wanted to be like them. But the question is, what do these cool kids oftentimes end up doing? Why do people want to be like them? Oftentimes it's, if they're guys, they tend to get the girls, and either girls, they're the most popular because all the guys like them. But where do they focus their time? What do they spend their time doing? Do they spend their time doing work and actually getting good grades? No, they don't. And then 10 years down the road, where do they end up? Yeah, well, oftentimes they don't end up in a very, very successful career, other things aside. But 10 years down the line, where do the people who actually work hard, who actually go to school, go to class, and do well in life, where do they end up? Yeah, somebody said it. They end up being cool, right? And I'll be honest, I wasn't cool. I wasn't one of the cool kids 10 years ago, but now, so I want you guys to think about that, in your daily life. When you start to think about who you admire, who you look up to, ask yourself, why are you looking up to them, right? Are their goals the same as my goals? And then look at your friends. Are they going after the same things that you're going after? And many of you in college may be saying, oh, I'm past that. No, there's people like this in college too. There are people like this in college too who don't necessarily have their priorities in order. And so you have to ask yourself, who am I associating with? All right? And when you do, you have to have a reality check. Look in the mirror. Are these people helping you get to where you want to go, or are they holding you back? All right? And then secondly, if these people who are your friends, who are interested in the same goals that you are, but are not doing the right things, become a leader. Become the person who's doing the influencing. Set a very good example. All right? This story reigns true for me in medical school. I went to a medical school where the national average on the tests, the medical school standardized tests, for those of you who are in college, you have to take the MCAT before you go to medical school, but when you get into medical school, you also take something similar to the MCAT. And our class average was well below the national average. And 15% of students failed the exam every single year. 15%, you can imagine. And if you fail the exam, you can't continue on with your medical education. And this was the state of things when I got to the school. But I knew that I had already had a track record of success, and I wanted to become successful. So the question was, how do I do that? So I searched for the best ways to study for this test. I went online, I talked to people. I found the few people in the upper class, the third-year students who actually did well. I interviewed them. I asked them, what did you do in order to become successful? I used them as mentors. And I scored in the 95th percentile in the nation. All right? But that wasn't enough, because there were still students in our school who were not doing well. So after a few of us got together, we actually created a best practices program. We actually created a test preparation method on how you do well on this exam. We implemented it, and after 2 years, the school now has a 100% pass rate. 100% of the students pass the exam. Furthermore, their average score is 2 points higher than the national average. Right? They went from 15% of the students failing every single year to 100% of them passing. Harvard doesn't even have a 100% pass rate every single year. So you have Morehouse School of Medicine doing better than Harvard on the pass rate. All right? And so that shows you that how, if your friends, the people you associate with, are interested but don't know the right way, you can become a leader. You can become the influencer. You can provide that good example.